What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I'm back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still support.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I am back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 132 to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know I started this series off at the beginning of 2023, and here we are. We're on a week 132. So if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue to sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it, right? Okay, even a music section. If I don't get the content out on time, most likely it's in the sold out Discord. If not posted by me, but others sold out members, right? Okay, so pretty much, if I didn't say it in the beginning, definitely smash that like button and sub up. But without further ado, let's just go and get to this weekly sneaker rotation. Now, y'all know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. So pretty much this Saturday, man, the kid pretty much stepped in. I had to go to the chop shop, which probably by the time that I'm shooting this video, it's probably about time to go back. I stepped in none other than the Off-White Prestos. Now, these are the black versions right here. One of my favorites in my collection, and honestly, I can say it's a shoe where, to be honest, it looks better on feet, in my opinion, and feels better on feet. The comfort level on these are through the roof. I could arguably say where whenever we had that whole craze where everybody was like Yeezy or Air or Boost or Air, this right here takes the cake, which I don't think these necessarily have air in it, but if we're gonna compare Nike and Adidas, these right here take the cake as far as like arguably the most comfortable sneaker, and I'm talking the Prestos in general at this point. Almost dropped that joint, but I'm talking the most comfortable shoe in general in my collection could easily go to the Prestos, right? Okay. When I can say I can wear these all day. It's a great shoe for walking and just being out and about. So even if you don't want to get the Off-White versions, I do recommend the Prestos. And this was my Saturday shoe, was the Off-White Prestos, the black joints. Cool. Now we're gonna move right along onto Sunday. The kid pretty much stepped out to grab something to eat, man. Coming fresh off of this 4th of July weekend, you know what I mean? I was definitely just kind of over barbecue, right? I mean, like, I ate so much barbecue and so much grilled food that, don't get me wrong, it was super amazing and very flavorful and something I missed. But at the same time, when I tell you my family members, we whipped it up, we really whipped it up. So I just wanted to try something different. So the kid stepped out and grabbed something to eat. And I grabbed a shoe that I don't wear often, but I should put in more rotation. And I'm talking none other than the Nike SB Dunk. And these are the Grateful Dead, the yellow joints. Now, I did have to pay a little extra for these right here, but I don't regret it, man. It's a stylish shoe and it stands out for sure. I will say this, yellow, I'm always a sucker for the color yellow for whatever reason, what have you. But it can't really doesn't look like this shoe really goes with a lot, but you actually can get it off. You can get it off with jeans, you can get it off with black jeans, you can get it off with camo. So there's a lot of versatility with the shoe, whether you realize it or not. Now, the only colorway that I don't have out of the 3 is the orange, which is, to the best of my knowledge, the most rarest ones. But you know what? I'll take what I can get, and I take what, you know, I take my blessings per se, right? Okay, so this was my Sunday shoe, was the Nike SB Dunk Low, and these are the Grateful Deads, the yellow ones. Cool, now we're gonna move right along to Monday. The kid right back at the work after having just a little bit of time to myself, because the 4th I did actually have off, and I just wanted to relax, man. So pretty much on Monday, right back at the work, the kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 3, and these are the black cements. Now, these are the latest ones to the best of my knowledge, and yeah, I did sell my old pair, and I can honestly say I do like the newer version. Now, these one, if I'm not mistaken, they actually dropped, or yeah, it says August 2024, so pretty much, these pretty much came out very recently, right? Okay, so pretty much, this is just the production date that I was looking at on the back of the tongue, but arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection. Nike check on the back of that heel, you really can never go wrong with it. And at the end of the day, it's got all my favorite colors. It's got white, it's got gray, it's got black, and it's got red. I mean, pretty much these are colors I could probably wear on a daily and not even get tired of it. So arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection, and I feel like Jordan Brand actually did these correct. So this was my Monday shoe, was an Air Jordan 3 Black Cement. Cool, now we're gonna move right on to Tuesday. Right back at the work, full-time job, you already know this, and y'all are gonna notice a theme that honestly I probably should have kept the entire week, but I did kind of switch it up. But same thing right here, even though we had bad weather throughout the week, I still just kind of moved accordingly. Tuesday, kids stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 3, and these are the On My Year. These are the black joints they did. Now I know not everybody was a major fan of these, but I will say this, quilted siding here, even though most shoes you would see that this, and the camera's gonna do this any type of justice, inside of here, it seems like it should be for show, but it's actually super duper comfortable. Like, so I actually do like wearing this shoe a lot. I think it's very versatile. Again, when it's a dominant black shoe, you really can't go wrong with it. Now I do like that off, like On My Year purple is like what I like to call it. I like how they did these. Now I will say this, On My Year, you do gotta kind of switch it up a little bit, but these right here, I'm gonna rock out with these, and I don't wanna sound like I'm kind of hating. I like the attention to detail that y'all did on the first pair of On My Year 3s that I did back in 2020. And I will say this, always gonna pay attention when y'all drop a 3. Now I will say maybe we're just getting used to it as sneakerheads if you're trying to just give us a different colorway, but the same silhouette. But then again, to be fair, Jordan Brand and Nike, them have been doing that to us for years. But this was my Tuesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 3 On My Year. Cool. Now we're gonna move right on to Wednesday, right back into work. Y'all are gonna notice a theme right here already if you haven't caught on. So pretty much Wednesday, the kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 3 white cement, right? Okay, now this is the more recent pair too. Now these came back 2022, and I will say this, I'll probably buy the shoe each and every time. Now this is supposed to be that pretty much, I guess, reimagined theme where it's already aged, but it still looks good. Now I did have that one pair, like the 88 pair. That joint had really much ran its course. The shoestrings were just done. I mean, I can say I wore that shoe probably around the clock, man. I don't really do that too much now, not that my collection has grown, but back in the day when I was still building my collection, which to be fair, I'm constantly always building my collection. I'm just more selective nowadays. But yeah, overall, one of my favorite shoes in my collection. And I will say this, 3s actually are comfortable. Sometimes it takes them a minute to break in, but that doesn't make it a bad shoe. Of course, when it's got that Nike check on the back, I can't help but look each and every time. So pretty much this was my Wednesday shoe, the Air Jordan 3 white cement. Cool. Now we're gonna move right on to Thursday, right back at work. You know, the kid work a full-time job. I'm rocking one of my recent pickups that you guys seen. I actually did like a pickup vlog on these, and I'm talking none other than the Air Jordan 3 Rare Air. Now again, a lot of people, it was mixed emotions about these, but to be honest, man, I feel like Jordan Brand did these right. I don't hate them. I do like the quality that these brought, and I feel like with its dominant being a black shoe, you can really rock these a little bit more than you think. Now I know they did where the Nike check was kind of flipped on the other shoe, but at the same time, it doesn't make it a bad shoe. But again, it's kind of one of those, I feel like it's a 50-50 between the sneaker community. It's either you love it or you're gonna hate it, right? Okay, now I'm gonna say this, I'm probably that neutral one where I don't love it or hate it, but at the same time, I figure like, man, why not? You know what I'm saying? Now this is a shoe right here, again, super duper comfortable. I think I've worn this a total of like 2 times now. Keep in mind, I just recently picked these guys up, so yeah, I'm not regret these at all so far. And again, if you haven't caught on with the theme I'm doing, it's kind of something that me and my coworker, we do from like every other week. We like to just pick a like silhouette and just see how can we do it, incorporate it throughout the week. So pretty much this was my Thursday shoe, was the Air Jordan 3 Rare Air. Cool. Now I'm gonna move on to Friday. I wanted to close the week out pretty strong. As you can see, you know, I'm still gonna finish out with a 3 bars. And I stepped in again, none other than my 2020 pair of the Air Jordan 3 On My Year. Now this is a shoe I did have to come off the hip with the chips for, and I know it's probably skyrocketed since I bought it back then, but I don't regret these at all. And I actually love this, arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection. And of course, On My Year, the best thing they do is bring that attention to detail. I like how Jordan Brand let them put that like On My Year logo on the tongue versus having like a Nike check or a Jordan Brand. You know what I'm saying? Something different to the table, but we still got the Nike check there. And of course, you know, the attention to detail where he has the writing on the back. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is something when it first came out, it was something different, something new. Now I feel like, you know what? I think it's been kind of tough for them to actually top this shoe, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing. If you're coming out the gate swinging and the only competition you got is pretty much yourself to top yourself, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's kind of one of those, like, I'm not gonna say On My Year is a one-hit wonder because they dropped us other bangers as well, but this has always kind of been like that, you know, this is like for me, and I'll speak for myself, this was kind of my introduction to On My Year, and I feel like they did it right. Again, we got that quilted inside there, if the camera's gonna do that any type of justice. Again, I've worn this shoe a few times, and I feel like it's a shoe with On My Year you can actually, and I feel like this about majority of On My Year sneakers, you can dress it up or you can dress it down no matter how you slice it and dice it. But this was my Friday shoe, was the Air Jordan 3 On My Year. Cool, man. So pretty much that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week. Y'all sign off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. I'm gonna do my very best to get caught up on the comment section because I know the kid been lacking on them. But other than that, man, I'm gonna go and get out of this thing and start rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.